Hello, welcome back. This is episode 2 of My Favourite Shots, where we take one shot from one film and dig into it a little bit and find out why it's so amazing. So, I don't know if you noticed in the title sequence this week, the spelling was different. Did you notice that?
In the industry, we call them cigarette burns.
That's a special shout out to Erin Fitch and also the Story Screen Beacon Cinema in state of New York. Thanks for watching, guys. There you go, proper spelling for you guys. So, last week it was all about lighting with that Spider-Man shot. This week it's all about directing. Can you remember which film we are going to be looking at?
Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself.
This week's shot comes from a film called A Beautiful Mind. Now, this film was directed by Ron Howard, who started life in Happy Days all those years ago, and he's done some amazing films. He actually got an Oscar for A Beautiful Mind for this film, but he also did Apollo 13, he did Cinderella Man, go back into the 1980s, he did Cocoon and Splash. He's an amazing... Oh, and he did The Truman Show as well. Amazing director. Anyway,
You get the idea.
so we'll watch the shot and how it sits in the scene a little bit, and we'll just watch it first, and then I'll show you which shots. If you can't spot it yourself, maybe you can. I'm sure you will, and we'll talk it through, and I'll tell you why it's the most amazing shot.
And who might your uncle be?
Prodigal roommate returns. My sister got herself killed in a car crash. Not too far now, Marcy. Her cowboy husband was too drunk to know that he was too drunk to drive, so I took her in.
She's so small.
Well, she's young, John. That's how they come.
Did you spot it? It's this one here. Really? Just a girl running around in a park? Why is that one of my favourite shots? So, a little bit of background about the film. Spoiler alert, by the way. So this film's about John Nash. He's a famous economist, came up with a very famous economic theory, but he also famously had schizophrenia. And this film is all about that. And the director, Ron Howard, showing us these delusions, but he films them so that they don't look like delusions. You as an audience are watching the film, and you are right in there with John Nash because he thinks they're real, and so do we. And as the film goes on, you get to this moment where you suddenly realise that, oh my gosh, some of those people we've been watching in the film, who've just been filmed in a really normal way, are not actually there. And one of the famous lines is when John Nash, played by Russell Crowe, he goes, oh, I've just worked it out that the little girl, she never grows old. And that's his epiphanal moment when he realises, oh my gosh, she's not real because she stays at 8 years old or however old she is. Okay, so as an audience, you're taken on that journey. And wherever it's a scene where he's interacting one of his delusions, they always film it in a very specific way. They'll always, you'll always hear the character before you see the character. And that's the first thing that they always do. And the other thing is they'll always top and tail it at the beginning and the end with a really wide shot where that character's not actually there. And he's giving you little clues. And there's a massive clue in this scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suddenly was watching this film and I literally went, oh, what? Okay, so we're going to watch the shot again. Now I'm going to tell you something, but first, before you watch it, okay, I'm going to tell you, right? When you're in a park and you run into a cloud of pigeons, what happens? Okay, now watch the shot again.
My sister got herself killed in a car crash. Not too far now, Marcy. Her cowboy husband was too drunk to know that he was...
The pigeons didn't move. Did you see that? She's just running around through the pigeons and the pigeons don't move. And this is quite early on in the film in terms of what he's letting you know about John Nash and his delusions. And this is a wonderful a little Easter egg, a really subtle way of telling people who are really watching, she's not real. I love it. It's so good.
My uncle says you're very smart. Not very nice. So I shouldn't pay no mind if you're mean to me.
We're so invested in his character that we truly want all these things that are going on to him to be true. It's like, I really want them to be true, but I think they might be delusions.
Who's winning, you or you?
But I don't want them to be delusions because I love this guy. He's a fantastic guy. And if they are delusions, then that means that there's something really wrong with this guy, and I don't want that to happen because I really care about him. And that's good directing, when you really care about the character and what happens to them.
Charles was watching him. He was okay.
There's no one here.
Charles was watching him. He's been injected with a cloaking serum. I can see him because of a chemical that was released into my bloodstream.
This film is brilliant, and that shot for me just tells you all you need to know about how much detail and preparation and thought has gone into the script writing and the direction and the way that they craft and edit the film together so that you as a viewer are totally taken on that journey with them. And that for me is why this is one of my favourite shots ever. I just love it.
How was that result?
And the film is brilliant too. I really recommend you go and watch it again if you've not seen it for a while. The most brilliant acting in it as well. Russell Crowe, Jennifer Connelly, Paul Bettany, Ed Harris. They're all amazing. And Ron Howard's directing is phenomenal. And I mention the actors because next week, my favourite shot is going to be an acting shot. I thought we'd look at a shot from Ocean's 11. So looking forward to that. Please comment below. Please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. All of that kind of social media stuff. And I'll see you next week.